see it live yet? All right, it's live. I see it. Well, hello, Lens Legends, and welcome to another empowering episode of the Portrait Profits Show, where we spend our time on the business side of photography, discussing strategies that set you on the path to success. I'm your host, Jim Landers, your guide on the business side. And the show is sponsored by Digital Pro Lab and Landers Photography School. For Digital Pro Lab, and let's put them up to my side. There we go. For Digital Pro Lab, Amanda and her amazing, wonderful team are going to make you look like heroes. I mean, they love what they do. She hires fantastic people. Their product is amazing. You just can't go wrong. Go to digitalprolab.com. I'll put that on the screen real quick. Digitalprolab.com, so that you can see the difference that Digital Pro Lab can make. Digitalprolab.com, and sponsored by Landers Photography School. Yeah, that's me. I teach both the photography side and the business side. And as of this year, I've been teaching for 29 years. 29 years, from 1997 until 2026, my 29th anniversary teaching photographers. Love this stuff. Reach out to me at landersphotoschool.com, or even better, take advantage of a 15-minute free private session with me by going to calendly.com, Calendly, not calendar, calendly.com/photoschool /15MIN, 15MIN. You see that on the screen right now. Do a screenshot of that, because I'm not going to leave that up. I might pull it back up a little bit later just in case. I also ask that you share this show with other photographers. That's how people find out about it. And I encourage you to make comments and ask questions throughout the show. And as far as asking questions and making comments, why don't you go to the comment section right now and enter in hashtag live. Now, if you're watching the replay, enter in hashtag replay, but enter in hashtag live right now. I also encourage you to hit that like button, hit that love button each time you hear something that you like. By the way, if you are just in the feed, you can only click like once. But if you click on the video, you can click like as many times as you want to. So that's what I recommend that you do. All right. So today, I want to make sure that you understand a fundamental truth. that you must either stand out to your ideal client or fail. I'm not trying to scare you, but I want you to be clear on it. In this lesson, I'll share the steps to crafting an unforgettable portrait photography identity. You'll discover how to craft an effective mission statement, create a compelling self description, pinpoint your ideal clients, and target your niche market so that you can elevate your brand and make a lasting impression on those who you want to pay attention to you. Not only will I share why these four things are important, but you'll also get a step by step instruction on how to get them to be encouraging and invigorating. Carving out a unique identity in the portrait photography industry is a challenge. But as with nearly every challenge that you face in business and in life, it's also an opportunity. In the competitive world of photography, portrait photography specifically, standing out isn't just an option. The goal isn't just being different, it's also being memorable to your ideal clients, all while being true to your unique vision. This message today is about distinguishing yourself, even if you feel that your area is saturated with photographers. This message today draws from the robust philosophies from a few shows at the beginning of 2023, Portrait Profit shows, the beginning of 2023, where I collectively call the 5 workspace statements. You've probably heard it a million times if you've been watching this show for a while. Those 5 workspace statements are mission, vision, value, target market, and compelling description. And we're going to talk about a comprehensive strategy designed to elevate your brand and secure your place as unforgettable to your ideal client, not to anyone else. By the way, just in case you don't already know, the reason why I call them workspace statements is because I believe that all 5 need to be displayed in your workspace so that you can see them and read them often. That way you are influenced by them, which constantly realigns your decisions to the path that causes you to reach your goals. So let's move into the mission statement. I'm sure you understand the importance of having one, but I've realized that there's a lot of people who don't have one. Or maybe it needs updating. Well, a mission statement is the soul of your photography business. It's your purpose, the essence of your work, and the impact you create in the lives of your clients. It serves as a sign and guardrails, helping you to navigate your path towards your goals with purpose and with clarity. I want to give you some contrast to form a clearer understanding of creating your own mission statement. I'm going to do this by giving you a plausible example with reasons why it isn't going to be effective for your success. All right, here's that plausible but poor example. And this is a real one. This is one of my students had this one, had past tense. Here is their example, their mission statement. Our mission is to capture beautiful moments for every client. Now, I like how short that is. But let's give you a more in-depth critique. It's vague. This statement, while positive in its intent, lacks a message about the photographer's approach. It lacks any depth. This statement doesn't share the depth of engagement or the tailored experience that the photographer provides. There is no unique value proposition. You've probably heard this referred to as a UVP, unique value proposition. Now, you may think, all right, that would be part of the value statement, the unique value proposition. Isn't that the purpose of the value statement? Yes, that's the case. Yes, but there is a degree of overlap in their function, especially in how they communicate the business's core principles to the audience. A mission statement might implicitly convey a UVP by emphasizing personalized, in depth client relationships or a unique artistic approach without detailing the values of why you have these values. The value statement would then explicitly contain or detail those guiding principles and values, providing a fuller picture of the business's identity. Let me give you some examples. Well, we start off with a few key elements that can help make a photographer's mission statement solid. The first is it is clear. It's easy to understand. It's free of photographer jargon. It's clearly articulating the purpose and the values. The second one is it's concise. You're getting straight to the point. It should be no longer than 3 sentences. I'd say 2, but no longer than 3, or it will not be read. People won't read it if it's too long. You know this, and that would defeat the purpose. The next is it needs to be specific in clear purpose and goals. It should not be vague, should not be broad. The next is it must be authentic. It's authentic, it's reflecting your values, it's reflecting your purpose. It cannot be a copy of another company's mission statement because they have different goals, different directions. Nor can it be something that the business does not truly believe in. Maybe they're thinking that their ideal client believes in this, and so they need to include it. If that's what you're thinking, yeah, you're doing it wrong. It's got to be something you truly believe in. It needs to be aspirational. Aspire to something greater than just making a profit. Now, that doesn't mean that some companies that is really the sole goal. And if they state it as such, believe them. That isn't necessarily a bad thing, but you need to be a good judge. So aspire to something greater than just making a profit in portrait photography, such as a greater purpose or a goal that aligns with your business values and your personal values. Overall, a solid mission statement is clear, concise, specific, authentic, and aspirational. It should clearly define the business's goals, values, and impact, and serve as a guiding force for its actions and decisions. So I'm going to give you 3 good but very short examples of mission statements. These are likely too short, but I'm going to give you 3 good short ones. Here's the first. Our mission is to make authentic, timeless portraits that tell the unique stories of our clients. The second, we create a comfortable and personalized experience for our clients, resulting in beautiful, natural portraits, cherished for a lifetime and beyond. The third, we are committed to providing meaningful, artful portraits that reflect the personalities and relationships of our clients. So those are 3 good. I like those. They may be too short for some of you, but they are good. I want you to consider 3 things. First, introspection. Start with self-reflection. Ask yourself why you picked up a camera in the very first place. What change did you or do you want to bring in your clients' lives? What legacy do you want to leave through your work? The second of 3 is articulation. Condense your reflections into a clear, concise statement. Ensure it reflects your core values and the ultimate benefit that you provide to your clients. It's articulation. Number 3, feedback and evolution. Share your mission statement with peers, mentors, and even clients. Be open to feedback and ready to refine it. Remember, your mission statement should evolve as you and your business grow. Now, it's possible that it stays the same forever, but that doesn't mean don't sit down and evaluate it every once in a while. I'll talk about that a little bit more later. Let's talk about some steps to crafting your mission statement. I've given you some ideas, some definitions, some feelings about it, but let's get more specific. The first, understand your business. Define what it is that you do and the services that you offer. Second, identify your target audience. Understanding who your target audience is going to help you tailor your mission statement to speak directly to them. Consider demographics such as age, income, location, as well as the specific needs and wants of your ideal client. Number three, define your unique value proposition. What sets you apart from others in your industry, in your area? This could be a specific service that you offer, maybe a unique approach, your commitment to customer satisfaction. I'd go a step further if I were you. I wouldn't just want my clients to be satisfied. I want them to be thrilled. But that's in the customer satisfaction category. You get to define what that means. The fourth, identify your core values. Think about the values that are most important to you in your business. Integrity, creativity, professionalism, innovation, whatever are your core values. And with those four things, I want you to create a draft or a update of your mission statement. Now, let's say that you have done that or you already have one and you just are considering, I've never really felt the need to change it. What steps should I think about when going through a revision process? Okay, maybe it doesn't need a revision, but that doesn't mean don't go through this process. So here are the 4 steps to effective revision. And by the way, sometimes it means that you have confirmed what you have is correct. It doesn't mean a revision is necessary. But these are the steps that you go through. And I'd say annually. Once you've created it, go do it annually. Well, I'll be more specific with that here in just a second. All right. So first, review. Review your first draft that you've just created or your current version of your mission statement. Read it out loud. You're going to hear some things. And if there's a change needed, when you hear yourself say it, you'll probably make the change. All right. Next step is record a video of you saying it. And you can use your phone. You aren't recording this to share with anyone. This is just for you. You're recording it so that you can listen and improve it just yourself, working on it on your own. If when you were reading it didn't stand out to you, when you read it and then play it back, if something's off, it will stand out to you. So if there's room for improvement, you're going to hear it. That was the first step in revision. The second step is get feedback. So now you have a version that you're happy with. It's time to start sharing it. So maybe choose a few people. You probably know exactly who to share this with. It could be some trusted friends, family members, colleagues, and ask for their feedback and consider any suggestions they may have and make revisions as needed. But please understand a big consideration. Those people you're sharing this with, they aren't you. They have different viewpoints, different considerations, and that's wonderful. You want to hear those things. Don't ever be closed-minded to other opinions. That's the sign of a person who's got a problem or who's very frustrated, but still, frustration's a problem. So the bottom line is this must be from you. So while you are getting some other ideas, it's just in case you're hearing other thoughts, other points of view, you're highly likely not to make any change at all because they have different goals, different directions. It'd be like you're driving down the road and just because a cool car that you liked exited, you exit too. No, you continue on to your location. So therefore, you're highly unlikely to make any changes, but this is still a good second step in revision. The third, finalize and share it on your social media, your website, wherever it's appropriate. So once you're happy with your mission statement, you're finalizing it and making it easily accessible to you, to your team, to your clients. Share it on websites, social media, your marketing materials. Print up a nice copy of it and put it on the wall. You know that I believe it needs to be in your workspace because it's one of the 5 workspace statements. By the way, what are those 5 workspace statements? Let me tell you one more time. Mission statement, vision statement, value statement, ideal client, and compelling description. Those are the 5 workspace statements that I believe need to be right here in your work environment so that you're constantly seeing them and being influenced by them, because that helps you stay on the path to whatever it is you've defined as your goal, your success, your destination. I want you to be consistent in how you share that mission statement. Don't change it for the audience. Don't be a politician. No, it's got to be consistent. It's got to be the same. Do not make any changes to it. Wherever it exists, it must be in the same form, same exact words, same easy way to read it, same font, everything identical. Be consistent in how you share it. The fourth of revision is put a date on your calendar to revisit your mission statement. If this is your first time you've ever done it, then 6 months from now, review it again. But in the meantime, don't mess with it. Yeah, you're gonna have some thoughts and ideas. Write them down, put them in a folder, either digitally in a folder on your computer, or write it down and have a place for it in a binder or something, in a file folder, whatever way that you have chosen to do this. Put your thoughts there. Revisit those in 6 months from now. Now, if you have a version that you've been using for a while and you don't feel like you need to review it, do an annual review. And I'd say make it on a date that you're going to have a hard time forgetting about it. And so one thing I say about pricing is review your pricing twice a year. And I would recommend doing it on January 1st and July 4th, or some place real close to those dates, because that makes it easy to remember. A mission statement for your photography business, well, it serves as a guide that constantly keeps you aligned with your business decisions and actions. You use it to help make strategic decisions, such as what projects to take on, what to say no to, what products or services to offer, who to work with, and how to market your business. So revisit and update it only as needed to keep it current, to keep it relevant. I recommend that you do it annually once you are finalized with it. But understand that a mission statement is going to adapt with the evolution of your business. So as your business evolves over time, your mission statement evolves with it. You know what? I can help you out with this. I would be happy to evaluate your mission statement for you. So send it to me, to jim@portraitprofits.com. By the way, there's a handout for every single show that I do. So if you want this handout, then reach out to me in the same way. So reach out to jim@portraitprofits.com. But in this instance, if you want me to evaluate your mission statement, in the subject line, put mission statement. Now, you may want to say mission statement evaluation, but at least the words mission statement. That causes me to realize that's what this is at a glance. Now, once I open it up, I'll be able to tell, but I want to be able to see it when I'm just looking at the list of emails. So send your mission statement to me at jim@portraitprofits.com. No, I'm not going to charge you anything for that. I do charge $10 for the handout, but only if you want to pay for it. I send it to you not having paid for it. And if you feel like paying for it because you think it's good, pay for it. If you don't think that it's good or you forget, well, then don't. I don't care. I'm not going to bother you about it. So if you send me your if you request the handout or if you send me your mission statement, if I haven't responded within 24 hours, it's likely I didn't receive it. So uh, don't assume that. And I can do an evaluation pretty quickly. I am very likely not to get too many of these that I won't be able to finish in time, um, uh, within 24 hours. So assume that if I haven't responded within 24 hours, that I didn't receive it. And so send it again. You might want to send it to jim@landersphotography.com, just so you send it to a different email address the second time. I don't think that's going to happen, but every once in a while, someone will send me a message saying, I sent you a message a week ago and you didn't respond. I didn't know. So therefore, I can't respond to something I'm unaware of. Yeah. So if you don't get a response within 24 hours, send your message again. I think that's a good general rule anyway. All right, let's move into chapter 2. This is about making your compelling self-description, making you irresistible. So we may, every once in a while, someone will ask this question: is why do I need a compelling self-description? What good does that do me? And they're not trying to challenge it; they're actually wondering what its purpose is. So, in the vast tool store of photographers, your self-description sets you apart from the other tools. And other tools for other photographers in this instance. Yes, in photography, you've got lots of tools. Everything's a tool that helps you accomplish something, whether that's a physical tool or a mental tool. So in the vast tool store of other photographers, your self-description sets you apart from other tools. You are exactly what your ideal clients need. They just don't know yet that you are the one who is the right one, that you're the one who can do it. It's not just what you do, it's how you communicate your unique value proposition to your ideal clients, compelling them to choose you immediately over others. An effective self-description grabs attention. It encourages interest. It encourages enthusiasm, and it evokes questions for you to respond to. Let me give you some considerations, 3 considerations. Identify your unique attributes. What unique skills, experiences, or perspectives do you bring to your photography? And how do these benefit your clients? Number 2, speak directly to your ideal client. Do not generalize stuff. Speak directly to your ideal client. Craft your description with your ideal client in mind. And imagine that it's one person that you're talking to. The ideal, most amazing dream client. Make everything very direct to that person, and you wind up with more of that person. People often ask me, how is it that all of your clients wind up buying prints? Because I am very specific in the language that I use. So therefore, all of them want prints because I tell them that I sell prints. It's really easy to wind up with people who want prints. You guys are just making it hard. You're actually making it too general. And you may think, well, if I make it any less general, I'll get less clients. Sorry, that's not how it works. No. It'd be like saying that you were a tool in a tool store, let's say a Home Depot or a Lowe's, and instead of describing the specific tool that you are, that you just say, "I spin really fast, and I'm quiet, and I'm I last a long time." Well, that describes a a ceiling fan, and a weed eater, and a lawnmower. It's too general. You've got to be specific in order to get people who want you. And you want more of your ideal client, don't you? You want more of the people who make you happy. You don't want more of the people who drain your creative energy. So use language that resonates with your ideal client, addressing their desires, their fears, their dreams. Here's a third consideration: be authentic and inviting. Your description should be a blend of professionalism and personal touch. Let your passion for photography shine through, making potential clients feel connected to you before they even meet you. Love it. By the way, I just looked over at the comments. I hadn't done that yet. And so I appreciate you guys being here and entering in #live, letting me know that you're watching live. I appreciate that. I'm enjoying the comments. You got a lot of comments today. Thanks, guys. See a lot of interaction. I think the most recent was Rick. Yeah, that's right. In fact, I'll put his comment up on the screen. This is Rick Castillo, and you can read this. But he says, "Yep, most must let clients know at the initial consultation. Buy prints or go home." Rick, I appreciate Rick. He's a good guy. All right, so here's some steps to creating a compelling self-description. The first: write down the common questions that your prospects are asking. You know what they are. You've worked with people. You've talked to people. You know what their questions are. Write them down. That's the first step. Second step: how does what you want to do benefit your ideal client? Or how does what you are doing benefit your ideal client? Make a list. But there's more than one. This is a list of the things you want to do, the things that bring you the most joy, just written in terms of how it benefits your ideal clients. The third: what we do, service you provide, and the clients that you serve. I think I said I had three. I've got four. The fourth is write down at least one thought-provoking question, something that identifies a need, either known or unknown to them, but something you want them to be aware of. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're a portrait photographer, a family portrait photographer. So a question that you may ask is, when was the last time you had a fine family portrait created? Now, the reason I'm saying fine family portrait created, because the last family portrait they created could have been at one of the family members' birthday parties when they got everybody in a group and did a quick snapshot with a cell phone. So I'm not referring to that kind of family portrait. I don't really even consider that a family portrait, but it is. By definition, that is a family portrait. So I want to differentiate and say, when's the last time you had a fine family portrait created? That tells them it's a pro who's creating it. Number two: how long do you think it will be until you do that again? Families a lot of times don't do family portraits very often. There's some that do it every year, but that's rare. The majority are every 2 to 5 years, and there are some who never do it. Not because they don't want to, just because other things are more urgent. And you, if you've got a great compelling description, might cause some of those people who never get around to it to get around to it. Number 5, a compelling reason to act now and how. Business branding photographer example. To schedule a strategy session, just go to and give them a website, a web address, and make it short and simple. It could be just your domain name, but it it depends on how you do this. So it may be something else after it, your domain name / something very simple, something that they can see and remember. Although you do want to have a QR code and you want to have other things also, but something that is very easy to remember. That way they can see dates and times that are available and to quickly book it. Now, what are they booking? It's up to you and how you do your business. For me, they're booking a planning session. They aren't booking their session. Now, if I'm doing mini sessions, and many means you're doing many, MANY. If you're doing MINI, you are doing many, not one. That's not a mini session. That's a short session. Mini session means you're doing the same thing for multiple clients, unless that's your goal is to book many. If you're only doing one, it's not a mini session. Guys, it's not a mini session. If you're driving somewhere, it takes you 30 minutes to get there. You're doing one 15-minute session, you drive back. That is a 1 hour and 15 minutes. But if you could have done multiple 15-minute sessions, your drive time remains the same. Your goal of a mini session is many, MANY, not one. So therefore, quit calling short sessions mini sessions. That's not what they are. Now, let me describe to you a template that you can use. Now, this is very general, and so I'm not recommending it, but for purposes of making a thought process for creating this compelling description, I want you to consider this. What I'm saying next is a template or a loose guide to describe specifically what you do. So here's the first words, as a, and then put in your specialty. So family portrait photographer or emotional family portrait photographer, whatever it is that you are. So as a, whatever you are, I am dedicated to whatever it is that you do, whether it's, and then you put in your specific type of photography, event, or subject. My passion is, and you're putting in their interest. That's your passion. And you aren't making this up. This is yours and their passion. Their interest is your passion. Next words you would use is my goal is to, and then you enter in whatever your goal is, and provide my clients with whatever it is that you provide your clients. And I'm not a fan of using the word strive, but everybody understands it. So in this general purpose, I do say strive. So I strive to whatever it is your client wants and create whatever it is that you create. That will be whatever your ideal end result is what you put in that space. So using that statement as a guide, here's an example of how the template could be filled out. This is me reading and using the template, but actually putting in words in those spaces. As a family portrait photographer, I am dedicated to creating timeless heirloom quality images for families to enjoy now and share with future generations. My goal is to capture the love and relationships that exist within families at a specific moment in time, and to provide my clients with beautiful wall portraits that they will treasure for years to come. I strive to create images that are both beautiful and meaningful, and that will be passed down as cherished family heirlooms. So that is one example of a compelling description. Let's move on to chapter 3. I'm going to put that on the screen. Let's zero in on your ideal dream clients. Now, understanding your ideal client shapes your marketing strategies. It influences your creative decisions, and it ensures your services meet the exact needs of the people you're most passionate about serving. Ideal clients are people who energize you, and they are people who want to work with you so much that they do what it takes, even if that means saving up for a while just to work with you. By the way, if you haven't had that experience where someone says, I have been saving up for the last year because I wanted to work with you, then if you haven't experienced that, when you do, and I say when because if you do a good job of doing what I'm describing here today, you will have people who say words like that. When you do, that feeling really elevates and it helps you realize you're on the right track. And it's not just a shot in the dark. Identifying your ideal clients elevates your business and makes everyone happier. Okay, you may accidentally cross paths with your ideal client. And if you don't have a good mission statement and a compelling description and other statements, if you don't have that, you're going to eventually or accidentally cross paths with your ideal client. You have clients that you feel are amazing. But if you do it right, you should cross paths with that client all the time. So why should a portrait photographer define their market? I hope I've defined that well, but here's a little bit more. Defining a target market is important for a portrait photographer for many reasons. To help you remember, to help you remember, I want you to think of the word fuse. I'm going to put that up on the screen. And I'm going to change how that looks. There we go. Because I want you to be able to read it. It's kind of small. But I want you to think of the word fuse, because when you use a fuse, you create a safe and ideal connection, like in your home or car. Or maybe you were thinking of the kind of fuse that makes things go boom. Nope, I'm not talking about that. Focus is the F of fuse. It helps you to narrow the focus of the type of business so that you can tailor your services and marketing efforts to the specific needs and interests of your ideal clients. The U of fuse is understand. When you understand the needs, interests, and behaviors of your specific market, you can create more effective marketing materials and sales strategies. The S is specialize. Defining a target market allows you to specialize in the type or types of photography that you enjoy the most. This is one of the ways that you can differentiate you from your competitors and make you more attractive to your ideal clients. And finally, the E of fuse is efficient. When your target is specific, you can more effectively use your limited resources. This can lead to more effective marketing and a higher return on investment. Put that back the way I normally put it. There we go. So when you light your fuse, you focus your efforts. You better understand your desired audience. You differentiate yourself from your competitors and you use your resources more efficiently. Let me give you 3 considerations. The first is detailed profiling. Create a detailed profile of your ideal client. Avatar, there's many names for it. But I want you to consider demographics, psychographics, and their unique preferences related to photography. Number 2 is market research. You want to do that to validate your ideal client profile. You may do it using surveys, and you can go back to one of the past Portrait Profits shows, and you can get more information about how to use those. You might do interviews, social media engagement, anything that it takes to refine your understanding of your market. Number 3, tailored services. So this is aligning your services, the packages that you sell, and your marketing messages to speak directly to your ideal client. This makes them feel seen. It makes them feel understood. It makes them feel like you're the one. There are 7 steps. I'm hesitating because sometimes there's less, sometimes there's more, depends on the goal. But I'm going to share with you 7 steps to identifying your ideal client. So, in addition to discovering your niche and narrowing down your photography interests, it's equally important to define your ideal client. These are individuals or businesses that you most want to work with. Understanding their unique characteristics is going to shape what you do and how you do it. So here's the first: identify the personality. Consider the personality traits of your ideal clients. Are they outgoing? Are they adventurous? Or perhaps they lean more towards being introverted and contemplative. Understanding their unique personalities helps you tailor your approach and communication style to better connect with them. The second, the industry or niche. You can say that however you want to. Think about the industry or niche your ideal clients are in. Are they couples planning weddings, families who want beautiful portraits on the wall, businesses who want corporate headshots, or something different? Defining the industry can help you target your marketing efforts effectively. Number 3, preferences and values. You're diving deeper into your ideal clients' preferences and values. What do they prioritize? What are they prioritizing when they're looking for a photographer? What are they prioritizing during a family portrait session or any other type of portrait session? Are they looking for a specific style, mood, environment, atmosphere? We need to understand their preferences. This is going to allow you to create customized experiences, which is what every one of my students say that they want to do. Yet very few are conveying it in a way that gets people to say, that's the one. Number 4, demographics. Explore the demographics of your ideal clients. Consider factors such as age, gender, location, income level. By the way, too many photographers are targeting people with what they consider to be lots of money. By the way, the bottom line is there may be people with lots of money who value what you do, but the bottom line is the words I just used: value what you do. You want to target people who value what you do. People will save up money to work with you. So therefore, the fact that they have or don't have money is not relevant, you guys. I guarantee you there's people who have no money who have a nice purse, a nice watch, a nice car. I've seen it many times. You have too. There are people who, I don't mean there are people in general, people have purchased things that are outside of their income level. Why? Because they value it. And you may think, well, I don't want to encourage that. Guys, it's their life. Let them do what it is they want to do. So it's not you encouraging that. They want it. If you don't offer it, they're going to get it somewhere else. These demographic details influence your pricing strategy, your marketing channels, and the services that you offer. Number 5, relationships and networks. Think about your ideal clients' relationships, the networks that they're involved in. Do they value referrals and word of mouth recommendations? Are they well connected within their communities? Building relationships with your ideal clients leads to valuable referrals and repeat business. and you want that. Number 6, communication channels. Determine where your ideal clients are hanging out online and offline. Are they active on specific social media platforms? Are they attending specific or events, or are they reading specific publications? Knowing their preferred communication channels allows you to target your marketing efforts. Number 7, solving their needs. Consider the specific needs or problems your ideal clients have that your photography services can address. And you're going to tailor your offerings to provide solutions that resonate with them, showcasing how your services and expertise can benefit them. By defining your ideal clients, you create a clear picture of who you want to work with and how you can attract and serve them best. This understanding is going to guide your marketing strategies, your client interactions, and overall business decisions, helping you build a thriving photography business that aligns perfectly with your niche and your passions, causing you to reach your goals. I hope that helps on ideal clients. Man, I've got a lot more information on ideal clients, a lot more. But bottom line is, identifying your ideal client helps you to visualize what you want, and then it helps you to know where they are so you can put your brand in their path. That way they find you. Instead of you having to waste a bunch of time chasing them. A lot of photographers spend a good amount of time chasing. If that's what you're doing, it means you need to work a little bit more on your marketing descriptions, the things we've been talking about today. Because clients will come to you when you get the marketing correct. This means that with this description, you will better convey your message to your ideal client. It's not always easy to determine who your ideal client is. I understand that. But it is a critical part of your business. When you identify your ideal client, your marketing messages will be more effective in resonating with them. It makes sense. It's going to give you an advantage that many photographers will never have. You get to work with the best clients, your most ideal clients. Now, I want to spend just a little bit of time with your niche, just a little bit before I end, because not everybody agrees with this, but I'm going to give you reasons why this makes sense. Specialization allows you to focus on what you love most while becoming the go-to photographer for that particular genre. It's about attracting the clients who love your work as much as you love creating it. You may think that a niche means you can only do one thing, like doing just family portraits for the rest of your life. And while if that's what you want, it can mean that. But it could also be specializing in the things that families do and enjoy, which would include kids' activities, birthdays, sports, high school seniors, even weddings. Specialization isn't about confining yourself to one narrow path. It's about becoming a magnet for the clients you want to work with. It's about aligning your passion, your goals, and determination to create a clear, laser-focused path to whatever you define as success. There's 4 steps to defining your niche. And the first is assess your passions and strengths. You're going to reflect on the aspects of photography that ignite your passion. Where do your strengths lie? What type of photography makes you lose track of time? Make a list of the types of photography that you're willing to do. Just a long list of types of photography that you're willing to do if the right person asks. Then circle your favorites. There may be a lot of favorites, I know. Then finally, star the one or maybe two things that you just can't live without. Guess what your specialty is? The ones you can't live without. Number two, identify your personal interests and passions. Take a moment to reflect on the interests that genuinely excite you. That no matter how tired you are, you're still excited about it. You wake up in the morning thinking about it. What is it that genuinely excites you? What things do you genuinely believe in? And I'm not limiting that to just photography. Things that are outside of the photography business apply here also. What is it that makes your heart race with enthusiasm, not race with things that bother you? No, things that make you happy, that make you beyond happy. You're just enthusiastic. What makes your heart race with enthusiasm? Is it family, hobbies, health, travel, spirituality? The things you want to own, the things you want to experience? What is it? It could be more than one. Number three, using one and two that we described, the first and the second thing we described above. Describe your ideal niche. Write it down and also write why that would be ideal. Why is very important. People who go through this process often will come to a conclusion and have a statement made. But you need the why to remain with it. Why that would be ideal. You're not limited to one choice. This narrowing of your focus just causes you to be clear on what to focus on versus what to accept when it happens to fall in your lap, what I call spin-off business. Number four, commit and communicate. Once you've identified your niche, commit to it fully. Updating your marketing materials, your portfolio, your social media, so that you can reflect your specialized focus. All right. Let's bring this to a close. Photographers, I hope you know I call you lens legends. And as a lens legend, your photography business is not just about beautifully and emotionally capturing moments. It's about creating a legacy for both your clients and yourself. When your portrait photography business identity is built upon the solid foundation that we've talked about today, it's your ticket to standing out so your ideal client sees just you. As you just heard, crafting your portrait photography business identity requires self-evaluation and the courage to define and pursue your unique path. By developing a solid mission statement, compelling self-description, understanding your ideal clients, and carving out your niche, you're not just setting yourself up for success. You're elevating your brand. Engaging these steps are going to transform you from one of the many photographers in the crowd into what I think you are, a lens legend whose work is remembered and cherished by those you want to work with the most. If you feel like you can use some help in any of the things that we've talked about today, I want you to get on my calendar for a free 15-minute session. I'll put that up on the screen once more. Until next time, Lens Legends, keep thriving and keep growing. I believe in you. I believe in your power to elevate the art of photography. to enrich the lives of your clients, and to contribute to a photography community that's as dynamic and beautiful as the images that we create. I want to thank you for your time and attention here today, and thank you for the efforts that you make each and every day to be such an amazing portrait photographer. I encourage you to like and share the Portrait Profits Show, and of course, tune in to the next live stream next Monday at noon. You know what? Together, we help each other achieve our goals and make a difference in the world through our passion for portrait photography. For Landers Photography School and Digital Pro Lab, my name is Jim Landers, and I'm bringing you the weekly Portrait Profits Show. I look forward to watching you grow. You guys rock. Bye for now.